Hey everyone, in today's video we are going to be showing how to create our very own insert and stay button in our workspaces. In this example we'll be using a custom app that we've started developing using App Engine Studio and creating a workspace within App Engine Studio, creating some lists to house some of our items that are needed for this particular scoped app. In this case, it's called Environment Health Checks. And we needed a way to allow our staff to insert multiple items or insert an item, very much like we do out of the core UI, where we can right click on the header and choose insert and stay on most of our lists. We wanted to mimic that technology within our workspace. And we will go through those steps and we'll show how we get this button on this form, and we'll get started there. All right, so the first thing I want to do is kind of go over the way that I went about to recreate this functionality within our workspace. Um, for me, I always like to look to ServiceNow and use what they have out of the box for us. So what I did is I went to UI actions in the list view, customized my column layout by using the gear in the upper right, and added the workspace form button to my list. Showed matching on true. Did that by right clicking on true, show matching. And then I looked for the name insert and stay as the action name. Found a couple of those, looked at the code, and refactored the code as needed. And that was the way I approached this particular ask of how we add the insert and stay button to our workspace. All right, let's take a little deeper dive into the ongoings of our UI action here. The first thing we know is we have our name, right? Insert and stay, and we can name that whatever we see fit, whatever we want it to say on the button. We have the table where we want this UI action to appear, and on the right side column we see the form button that will make it appear in the main form button row on our form. It's currently marked as active, and in this case we want to show it only on update. The form style is primary, which is out of the box, which is linked to whatever forms and styles that you have set in your ServiceNow instance. If we come down a little further in the screen, we have our condition, and we just, for this particular purpose, we put in current.canWrite, and that essentially checks that the current person has the ability to write to this list or this table. Make sure it has the right ACLs appropriate assigned to them. If we look in the script box, we started off in line 1 with our function, do insert and stay, and then we actually define the function in line 2 through line 8. This gives us some of the highlighting features of the syntax. If we were doing any other type of coding in here, seeing our glide records and things like that would light up appropriately and show good code. So that's a little pro tip. Make sure you have your function called out first and then actually define the function if you're not seeing any of the syntax highlighting. And then line 3, we create a variable called save me equals current. And then line 4, we get into the if statement. If type of current.number is not undefined and we have a current number. If that's true, then let's create a new number, blank it out, so when we do the insert and stay, it generates a new number. And that's, of course, if you have a numbering scheme on the table where you're doing this insert and stay. And then lastly, the line 7, action set redirect URL. That's going to point the user back to where they originally started, which in this case would be, since we're doing an insert and stay, it'll be on the newly inserted record. Now that's pretty much it. Oh, last but not least, make sure the form button, workspace form button, is checked at the bottom, And that should be it. All right, let's hop over to the actual forms. Let's hop over to our workspace. So here you can see we're on the monthly AVD health check, and we're just going to make a quick change here. Change out to quarterly. Change our frequency to quarterly. Everything else stays the same. We're going to hit our insert and stay button. And you can see we have a new one now. Stayed on the form. We got the new sys ID up at the top. Everything looks good. If we go back to our details tab here, you can see this was the monthly health check that we were on. And if we go back to our list, we have a new quarterly created on our list as well. So there we go. We went through the entire process from start to finish on how to create an insert and stay button on our workspaces. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.